Hey friends, check this out. I'm going to show you something right now. I'm going to show you something that I watched happen in this store with a 3-year-old kid just yesterday. All right, I've been coming to this store for years. I want you to just see here this pole, right? This is a pole so that nobody drives into it and parks and does anything wrong. All right, now here's what happens on this pole. I had no idea. You can actually move it, right? This thing slides. It's like, what the hell was that? I had no idea that that pole actually slides, right? I guess maybe, I don't even know what it's for. That's a whole nother conversation. But here's the thing that I want you to think about, okay? I've been coming to this store roughly, I don't know, several times a year for at least a decade. It has never once in my lifetime occurred to me to lift up one of those poles, to those barriers. But I watched this 3-year-old kid reach down and he was sliding it up and down. His mom had to drag him off of it. And I was mind blown for a second because I thought, what? How many other things in my life am I walking by every single day, not asking the right question, leaving the opportunity on the table simply because I didn't think enough to think outside the box, right? How many times do you not push the button because you're afraid to push it instead of just pushing it to see what happens, right? How many times are you walking by the locked door or the closed door because you just assumed it's locked because you've never seen anybody open it, right? What's going on inside your world, inside your business, that you're missing out on simply because you're not asking those questions. You're not pushing the buttons. You're not lifting up the pole cover. You're not taking the risk, taking the chance of seeing what is on the other side, right? Naveen Jain, billionaire, right? He's literally the first entrepreneur, a private company, non-government agency that is putting a rocket ship on the moon, that is launching a rocket out of the Earth's orbit. Okay? And he talks about taking moonshots and taking chances, and the only way you make true effective change, right, is by thinking outside the box and by changing the norms. And the only way you disrupt industries like that and disrupt processes, hey, is by thinking like an outsider, because you can't disrupt an industry from the inside for that very reason. Because the people on the inside go, oh no, that's not how it's done in this industry, or that's not how we've done it in this company, or that door's always stayed shut, we just never go in there, or we've never bothered to lift up that pole because that's how it is. Somebody who comes in from the outside just says, what happens if I push that? Right? You need to start being that person from the inside. If you're not going to leave your company, leave your industry to disrupt a new one, then you need to be the disruptor from the inside and start asking questions of everything that you do to say, why do we still do it this way? Is this the most effective way, or is this just the way I want to do it because I've been doing it like this for years and it works for me? Bullshit, nonsense, that needs to change. You need to change it. You need to be the one to lead the charge. Start making a list right now of 10 things you're doing in your business, more specifically in your sales process and in your conversations. What are things you've been asking, doing, or leading? What 10-step system, 12-step formula, blueprint that has had you locked in and doing and being rinse and repeat forever? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, how will you know what needs to change or what can change if you don't start asking those questions, right? I'd love to hear from you right now. What are the things that you're doing that have been keeping you in a pattern? And doesn't matter what the results are, if they could be better, right? At least if you ask the questions and even ask other people to ask you questions, right? Ask somebody else. Say, here's what I've been doing. Here's what my goal is. What do you think? What would you do if you were in my situation? If this is where you are and this is where you want to go, you'd be amazed at what an outsider who knows nothing about about your specific industry might tell you. That, hey, here's how I would approach it, and you could have the most amazing ahas of your life. Right? So I want to hear that. I would love to hear one thing you're doing from your business and one thing you're doing in your sales conversations or in your sales process that you want to shake up. Start asking questions and being able to prove to yourself that this is still the right way to do it or not. That's what Sales Unscripted is all about. Stop following all the rules and start trusting your gut and doing what you know you should be. Right? I'll talk to you soon. Go change some lives and make it happen.